So what is this? Who came up with this? Who pitched this idea? Because it is $1 million idea. Amidst everything that was revealed in this big, giant hour-long direct today, one game in particular caught my attention. Pokemon Pokopia. I still think that name is taking a bit of getting used to. Like, why not Poketopia? Instead, Pokopia. But you know, that's the least weird thing about this package. I knew we were getting something Pokemon related the minute that Pokeball showed up, but the last thing I expected to come out of it was a Ditto. And then for that Ditto to transform into a person-ish, a person-like being. For the briefest of moments when that Ditto looked at the abandoned Pokedex, seeing the Ditto next to the trader with like the face blurred out, I was like, we're not getting a platformer or something starring Ditto, are we? I was close. We are getting a life sim game starring a Ditto. This is a Pokemon Animal Crossing fusion sort of game. A game that I have to assume appeals to everybody in the world. Pokemon and Animal Crossing are massive juggernaut franchises, and I mean, combining the two is a match made in heaven. The choice of making Ditto the protagonist is just such a inspired and creative choice, and I really want to highlight it. Like, this could have been just a regular trainer. I see nothing wrong with that. It could have been a Pikachu or an Eevee. Like, it felt like the identity of like the player avatar wasn't something that needed to be like heavily focused on, and yet it has now become like the entire face of this game. And they're playing with it because not only are you Ditto, but you can take on powers and abilities from the Pokemon you meet to then transform the island around you. Ditto's talking to a Bulbasaur. Talking, by the way, they are speaking English to each other, which is fair enough, I suppose. They are all Pokemon. This is kind of like a mystery dungeon-esque world, sort of. But after talking to the Bulbasaur, the Ditto humanoid grows vines instead of hands and grows some plants, or spits out water after talking to Squirtle, or grows boxing gloves after talking to Hitmonchan. It seems like there's a lot of Pokemon in this game for you to talk to and make friends with and gain the powers of, really expanding the power set that a Ditto is capable of. This kind of reminds me of when Rotom became the Pokedex. Like, before that, Rotom was like a semi-famous Pokemon, but not one that, you know, was a massive piece of the Pokemon franchise. But as soon as Rotom became the Pokedex, then he became a household name. Ditto is definitely a lot more famous than Rotom, but the most that you see is like, you know, artwork of Pokemon transformations with the little Ditto grin, or, you know, Pokemon daycare jokes. But now here's a Ditto as a protagonist of a spin-off. Like, that's really impressive to me. And I mean, the gameplay itself, it looks like a match made in heaven. Like, you're crafting, you're making houses and furniture. Like, it does seem to be just an Animal Crossing alike pretty through and through. I love that one shot where like we stayed in one place and it kept cutting to additional Pokemon showing up, additional items and features being added, like a little garden area, a waterfall. And then at the end of the trailer, we're like zooming out to what almost looks like a microscopic Pokemon region in of itself. Like, you got the Pokemon Center and the Snorlax sleeping in the road. Just this shot alone kind of makes me feel like a lot is possible here. We've been seeing so many Pokemon spin-offs over the last couple years. Like, Pokemon Friends like just came out like 2 months ago. Most of the spin-offs are of smaller size, like Friends is, like mostly mobile games. This is the first time in a while that I've seen a spin-off that has a chance to outsell like mainline games in history. This appeals to a massive community of people. I don't know what the most like financially successful spin-off has been in Pokemon history, like whether it's like a mystery dungeon game or maybe new Pokemon Snap. But just looking at this, I feel like it could be up there. This satisfies not only the Pokemon itch, but also the Animal Crossing itch. Like, that community is patiently awaiting a new Animal Crossing game, so perhaps this will be exactly the kind of thing that they are looking for, that they can really sink their teeth into until the new Animal Crossing game comes out eventually. Unfortunately, the release date was pretty vague. Available 2026, not even spring 2026 like a lot of other games had, so it might honestly be a while before this game is out and in our hands, but I think it's oozing in potential. I don't even think we've seen everything there is. I think there are some features that we didn't even get to see here that might just change the game even more. So this was definitely a standout for me in this direct, both in terms of premise creativity and just excitement potential for so many people. I hope it's not like $70. That would certainly put a hamper on what is an only positive thing right now. But let me know what you thought of Pokemon Pokopia. Does this game excite you as much as it excites me? Is this something that you're going to be picking up the day that it comes out? Let me know what you think and how much you love Ditto. I'm gonna get back to work, so I will see you all next video.